just a little disclaimer for those of you it's your first regional. Not all these slides, because as regional hosts we get access to other slides. But the main deck in here you can find. It's actually, I took slides out today that if you want to go back and look at the regional slides, it's all in our back office. And just ask your sponsor where it is. So there's some things in here, I don't want to waste your time today. Stuff that, that you guys have seen. Most of you guys have seen, maybe 20 times. You don't need to see it today. Okay, I want to do things a little different. I want to shake it up a little bit. And we have now, if you guys haven't heard, I think it was last month it started, we have this core deck of these slides where we can train on whatever we want. Recruiting, customer acquisition, compensation plan, personal development, all these different things that when a trainer comes into town, they can choose whatever they want to train on, which is kind of cool, right? Some markets need different training. So, starting to reel in Mike, and I said, I'm going to take a little bit from each one. And I'm going to take what I think people need. Because I've been in this industry now, this business now for 5.5 years. And I want you on my team here. And so I took a little bit of different things. So I want you guys to get a little bit of everything. So I'm going to go through this really quick. Obviously, quality is a brand partner. You guys have heard this before. You have to have a burning desire. If you want to, take this business into something big, you have to have a burning desire. If you want to just build this casually, you don't need a burning desire. Just have fun. Sample a product. Share the business. Be casual. No stress, right? No problem at all. Whatever you want. But if you want to really make this work, if you want to make this your number one, your main thing, then you got to have a burning desire, don't you? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And you have to be coachable and teachable. That goes along with the slides I just went, right? Coachable, teachable, willingness to work. And that kind of went in my first little example. All those things you need to have to be a salmon to get to that location. Okay? Getting your business started. This is very important. Now, when we get someone started, this is really important to understand. Some of you guys know this. Some of you guys know this, but don't do it. I know my team struggles with this. My team struggles with this. When they get someone started, the first thing you want to do when you get someone started is introduce them to your upline. First thing. Okay? You want them to meet the other people that they're working with. That's my opinion. Okay? That's what I think you should do. Some other teams have NMDs and maybe do things different. It's fine. But I think you should introduce them to your upline NMDs if you can. If you don't, or your upline, execs or someone that maybe has success that can tell their story. And then you tell them to go to Nerium, start Nerium.com, and complete the new brand partner training. Okay? And then you don't overwhelm them with a fast start game plan. We did that in the beginning. We were talking about that. How many guys have been here for like 4 or 5 years? Yeah. Some of you guys, probably I put you through that game plan. That was like an hour and a half. Right? You're like, oh my gosh. So glad you're still here. You guys didn't get blown out of the water. Because at the beginning, you're like, give them all this stuff. And we went on and on and on and on, trying to give them all this information at once, thinking we're equipping them with all this information, but actually we were handicapping them. Because we give them too much, and they're like, oh my gosh, I have a full-time job, I have 7 kids, 6 kids back then. And, right? And you're thinking, how can I do this? So now you want to keep it so simple. So simple. This is my belief. Again, if you have an upline, you do things different, follow them. But I believe, we talked about this, all you should do in the Fast Start game plan is make sure you go through the new brand partner training if they haven't already. And then you plan either the first 2 real results parties, and show them tell them how to invite. Or we started talking about planning a real results party and a PCC. You guys know what a PCC is, a private conference call. Because some people can't go to your house, right? What if you plan a PCC in the first 48 hours and go, hey, this is what you say. You tell people how to invite people. That's important. Because they don't know how to invite people. And most people talk too much, right? We all do it. Talk too much. Get excited about when you join the company and think about what you went through and think about what someone else is going to go through. That's the trick, you guys. Is when you recruit somebody, how many guys want whoever you recruit to fast start qualify? We all do, right? It's a no-brainer. But they're not going to do that if you don't teach them not to open their mouth. Right? Because most people get so darn excited and they go vomit on all their friends. And they ruin it. And then they won't jump on a PCC. They won't come to an RFP. That's what happens. How many of you guys did it? I did it. I did it not in Nerium because I knew not to, but I did it in other companies. So I fast start qualified because I didn't do that. Some of you guys fast start qualified because you didn't do that. Some of you guys fast start qualified just out of luck. You did that, right? But the point I'm trying to make is you want to make sure you equip your new people with the right things to say and do. So it's really not important that you teach them everything about the back office when you do a fast start game plan, or teach them about the products, and you don't do that. Right? Is Lynn here today? Okay, she's coming? Okay. So I can talk about her? So, you want to play new all the time. Even if you've been in 5 years, 6 years, play new. That's the trick. You want to teach people how to play new. Be new. Very important to get this, you guys. Very important. And you want to, if you're a national marketing director in here, or a regional, and you have a big team, and your team's recruiting people, you want to make sure that whoever recruits them, you want to make sure you get a hold of them and go, hold on a second. Don't let them say anything yet. Let's teach them what to say. Let's teach them how to be. You're going to equip them with more. They're going to have more success if they know not to say, oh my gosh, they post on Facebook and do all this stuff, right? They get so excited. They want to be excited. Don't tell them not to be excited. But you want to make sure that it's contained excitement. Alright? You guys get this? How many of you guys wish your sponsor would have told you that when you got started? And listen, I apologize if you're part of my team and I didn't do it at the beginning. I apologize. This is something you learn after a while, right? Especially now that we're 6 years old now. Some people know about Nerium. And we're all over the internet, right? Been in so many magazines. So if you say Nerium, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? You guys can open your mouth today. Come on, open your mouth today. What are they going to do? Alright, some of you guys got it. They'll Google it. Yeah. They'll Google it and they'll see Nerium. You know, they'll say, oh, my friend did that. You guys have heard that before. My friend didn't have success. Right? Was it Tracy? Were you talking about this? Like a friend? I don't know if you were talking the other day, but I heard that the other day. My friend did this, didn't have success. You know, most people, they would, oh, actually, where's Trevor? We talked about that. Trevor brought up a good point. We trained on this before. You know, you go to college to learn a craft. You go for 4. Sometimes people go to 7 years, right? How many people did that? 4 turned into 5. 4 turned into never. never graduating. But you go to school to learn a craft, but then you join Nerium, you do it 2 months, and you go, I didn't work, right? Because they never came to class. Right? That's why you guys come to regional over and over and over again. To learn from different speakers, to get different things from different speakers, and you use what you think works for you. Some of the stuff I say today won't work for you, because you won't use it, or some you won't agree with, that's fine. But use what works for you. But Trevor, that was a good point. You know, you come into university, you know, that's why we have Nerium University, that's why we come back every day, that's why it takes us the time to learn how to do this. It's different than what we learn. So, again, back to this, you want to make sure you don't overwhelm them. Make it so they walk away going, alright, I feel good, I know what to do. Those simple things you just taught me, I can do. You don't want them to walk away going, I can't do this. Just like when you recruit them in the business, how you approach them is very important. Right? You don't want them, if you approach them salesy, you don't want them to go, I can't do this, or I don't want to do that. You want to make it so darn simple. We'll talk about that later when we get to recruiting. So dream big with Nerium. The slide's going to come up a couple times today. And, you know, this is something that if you've been here before, you've already figured out your why. You've heard this a million times, you know. Some of you guys don't have a why. Still. My sister joined the business, didn't have a why for 2 years. It took her a while to get a why. Just one day it hit her. So if you don't have a strong why, you guys know the story, you guys have heard this before. You need a strong why to keep you going. Because again, you start going upstream and it's hard, you're going to want a reason why you want to keep swimming. Okay? So, Carl, you want to cue up that? So we have a video that Ray Lynn found this morning, cooking breakfast. Ray Lynn's cooking us breakfast, Mike and I breakfast. And we sit down and she goes, hey, look at this video. We sat there and we're like, I got fired up. So it's a 34-minute video. But we're only going to play the first 3 minutes. Alright? It's a compilation of motivational videos. You guys have heard of this guy before, and he has a bunch of videos. You know, I love this kind of stuff, Carl. I love this kind of stuff because, you know what, if you're feeling down, If you're feeling like you can't swim anymore, you feel like you're at that obstacle where you can't get past. Alright? Find these videos that really work for you. Remember when I was here 2 years ago, I played that Buster Douglas one? You guys remember that? The Why? You guys ever watched that video? Go Google that one, YouTube that, Buster Douglas, I think it's Why Motivational, Why video, motivational video or something like that. That thing, man, it hits me. I get tears in my eyes every time I hear that and watch that. But this is good. I want to play something different, really, keep up with this. So I want you guys to watch these first two videos.
What I discovered is that you don't have to be born in a certain neighborhood. You don't have to be born in a certain family. You don't have to have a certain socio-economic status. It only takes one thing to get what you see other